Hey everyone, welcome to Candace B Show. I was already reading some of the comments, and as per usual, the men are always coming for me. But that's okay, it takes a while to look like this, okay, on a Thursday. So, okay, what you want me to do about it? I apologize. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is nice and healthy. And we're going to get into this fatherhood talk tonight. Is everybody ready? Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me just, I got to pull up the chat. Let me pull it up. I was reading on my phone a little bit. But, yeah. I want to make sure everything else is muted. Okay, great. Haters! Real, can you not come for me? Like, can we have one day where you don't come for me and you just support me? How about that? How about that, sir? Thank you, Harrison Family Vlogs, for sharing me out. Thank you, My Life is Nia, for sharing me out, boo. I appreciate you guys so much. Guys, I'm so happy to be here tonight. Are you guys excited and ready for the show? I've got to let my life start to get in the algorithm and for people to come in for a little bit, because I don't like to put guests up when there's like barely anyone in the house. So let me see who is in the chat. Who can I pick? You know who I haven't picked? No, I know who I'm picking for playlist of the week, and that is my bro Harrison Family Vlogs. Dre, I'm going to run you so you can get some hours. I apologize. Not real. No. Yeah, you're always coming for me. You're always coming for me. Okay. How about y'all say, oh my God, the host looks so beautiful tonight. Thank you so much for making an effort for being here today. How about that? How about we start with some niceties rather than, oh yeah, you see how we here, but you know who ain't here? How about that? How about that for once? Huh? So how's the family vlogs? I'm going to run you for this week. Hey, hello, beautiful jewelry. Welcome to my live stream. This is your first time here, and I want to give you a nice warm welcome. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. I hope you enjoyed the conversation tonight. Obviously, you can dance here. You can pick up whoever you do not have if that's something that you're interested in. Or if you just came in just to listen to the conversation, then you are free to do that also. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know. Okay. So, guys, there's something special happening this week. Really real. I just read that. You mean you beautiful V, beautiful and light. Thanks, real. Thanks. Slick is in the house. Hey, Slick Nico twins. Welcome to my live stream. I'm glad you came because I wanted you to actually come and be a part of a live one day. So please pay close attention to what we do here on this channel so that you know when you're a guest what to expect. Welcome, Slick. Thank you so much for supporting. You're always supporting though, but thank you so much for coming to the live today. Okay, this week, y'all, it's my birthday. It's my birthday week. Hey! And tomorrow I am doing my virtual birthday celebration here on YouTube, so I hope everybody can join me. It's not going to be a long one, guys. I know everybody's got things to do and it's a Friday, but because I cancelled Battle of the Sexes on Sunday this week, I just wanted to make sure that number one, I gave you guys another live, and number two, I also want to make sure that I got to celebrate with all of you guys, my lovely viewers and supporters that I love so much. So please make sure you come and tune in tomorrow. It'll be a quick one, but we're gonna have a little party, a little turn up. You guys can come on the stream. It's gonna be fun. So I'm excited about that. That's tomorrow because Sunday is my actual birthday. And I won't be able to be going live or doing nothing like that. I'm going to have fun, y'all. I'm going to have fun. Okay. And then, yeah, like I just said, there's no Battle of the Sexes this week. So I'm going to drop the link for my guests. Is everybody ready for my guests to come up here and join the stage with me? I'm ready for them. And yes, it's an all-man male panel today, but I already know how to handle them. I've already done this once before, guys. So this time I'm not afraid, okay? I am ready for them today. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link. Oh. Hey, I'm dropping the link for my panel. I'm not too sure if Logic is going to be able to join us tonight because I know that he had surgery. So we're just praying for a speedy recovery for him. And pray all goes well. But obviously, if he does come, then he will join us up here, obviously. So turn up. Yes, I'm going to be turning up. Rob Black AF, welcome to my stream, hon. Welcome. I am so happy to have you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for having birthdays for me. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Hey Rachel, I was on your stream earlier today. Thank you so much for coming by and supporting sis. I really appreciate you. Hey, it's in Rachel's place. Guys, if you don't have anyone, please make sure that you go and click and join their family, but don't leave my stream, okay? Don't leave my stream. You can check them later. No, I'm joking. Go ahead. Do what you need to do before we actually get started. You know what, real? Yeah. Y'all backstage. Yeah. I have a feeling to see y'all both hanging out there in the back. Yeah. Talking like smack today.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hold on. You going to handle what now?
Yeah, you heard that, right?
I said, I'm going to handle you both.
You need to handle whatever
Be
clock
on
is out
time.
there at your house because you
That's what
late
you
as
need to
fuck
handle.
once
Handle
I
again.
was
on time.
not that late. OMG. Oh, y'all. Yes. See, Shanita said, talk hush. Shh. It's my birthday week. Y'all better be nice to me today.
Well, happy birthday week.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Okay, see guys, see that, see how it works. Guys, if you can share out the stream, please do share out the stream.
My coffee.
I just want to make sure I haven't missed anyone. Obviously, my life is Nia, Save with Feet in Mississippi, Nita, Shanita Marie, randomly, all of you guys are in the house, but I just want to make sure I haven't missed anybody that is not a regular. Okay, I haven't, so I'm good. Okay, perfect. 10 wonderful people in the house. Welcome. Okay, guys, these are not new faces on my channel. You have seen them before, so you should already be connected with them. And if you are not connected with them, then what are you waiting for? I have the beautiful and amazing Harrison Family Vlogs and the amazing Real Talk 87. I gotta get the side right on camera. But they are regulars, okay, guys? You can catch them here every single Sunday, minus this Sunday coming up. But you can catch them every single Sunday here on the channel. So they are not newbies. They are regulars to this.
Yes,
Kamisha Vlogs. Hi, honey. Welcome. You are new. I do not know you. Please make sure that you connect with me. Please make sure you connect with the people on the screen, the two gentlemen here, everybody in the chat. We are open family over here, okay? Life with Shanti sent me to represent her. Oh, well, tell Life with Shanti, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. Okay, let's get into tonight's live.
Let's do it.
Shanita, I need Dre to be focused tonight, please, madam. I'm joking. Okay, guys. So, if I ask you the question, what does fatherhood mean to you? What would be your response to that?
You want to go first, Dre? Go ahead.
You can go ahead, brother.
What fatherhood means to me, it means being a man and taking care of your business as a father. That's what it means to me. Yeah. Short and simple.
Yeah.
Nice, short and sweet.
Short and sweet, yeah.
Dre, do you want to elaborate or do you just agree with that?
Well, yeah, and for me, it's more of leaving a legacy. Yeah, in every sense of the word, leaving a legacy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, how many kids do you both have? And are they boys or girls? And how I know this question, but for the people that don't know, how many kids do you actually have? And can you specify if they're boys or girls?
Okay. I have three sons, three boys, a 22-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah,
I got I got three girls, all
wow.
girls.
Girl dad.
Yep, all girls. A 10-year-old,
Man,
an 8-year-old, and a 18-month-old. Yeah.
You see that, guys? I have a boy dad and a girl dad. And then Logic was supposed to come because Logic has a mix. He has both. So this is why I did this, guys. There's always a method to my madness. I want
Oh,
to
really?
experiences are different. Yes, there's always a method to my madness. Okay. So
is there?
when did
No,
you
never mind. I was gonna come out. No, I'm not even gonna say it. It'll be nice. It's your birthday week.
Yeah, see, be nice. Be nice. Okay. When did you guys become single fathers? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. You want me to go first?
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
March of 2009. That's when I became a single father. That's when my ex-wife left, and the beginning of our separation, and I had the kids living with me. So since that point on, I became a single dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Real,
would
when did you
say
become a single dad?
December of 2016. I won't elaborate on that, but it was December 2016, and I was fighting for custody because the mother, she was unfit by the court, so I ended up winning custody, and I became a single father at the end of 2016.
Mm.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. So, is or was choosing to be a single father a difficult decision to make?
Is what?
Is or was choosing to be a single father a difficult decision to make at the time?
Yeah. You know what? I think for men who are actually fathers, whether I think that it's not really a decision that one should make. Like it's not like something that I want to be a single father, so that's just it. We may be put in that situation, but it's not like a decision that at least for the most part men can actually take. Like men usually cannot just say I'm taking the kids, I'm leaving, and I'm going to be a single father from there.
Right.
So it doesn't really happen that way too much. And for me, it wasn't like a decision. It's just something that happened. And I'm a father, period. So the fact that my ex-wife and I are no longer together doesn't take away from the fact that I'm a father, right? That's single fatherhood. Like I'm still a father, whether I'm single or married, right? The single just means I'm not married. I'm still a father. So I didn't choose to be a single father, but I did choose to be a father. And that's something that I will never take back,
Real.
It wasn't, to me, it wasn't even a decision. Like, that's something I had to do. So I don't think it was a tough decision because I don't look at it as a decision. Like, where else was she gonna go if the mother can't have her? Where else she gonna go? She ain't going to her grandmother. No, I'm gonna take care of her. So I mean, to me, it wasn't a decision at all. So I felt like shit. That was my obligation. I had to do that. So
Mhm. Like a responsibility. Like I'm a man, I'm a father, and that's
Right.
what I do. Yeah.
yeah.
Guys, aren't they just melting your hearts? Aww. I love it. Okay. That's serious stuff. Okay. So were your kids planned? Like, did you both plan your kids? Or were they surprises? Surprise bundles of joy.
I think so my kids swear that my 18-year-old is my favorite. He's the one that's most like me, but I think he was the only one that was like actually planned. Um yeah, like he was the one that we actually like tried for.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, but you know what though? Like, so, and I'll say it. And some people may get a little salty, so I'm going to say it, right?
Oh,
And it's not meant to offend. I'll be honest, it's not meant to offend, because you guys already know my stance. So you guys know me, you know my stance, and this is how I operate. So if you don't operate that way, that's totally fine. This is just the way I operate. Um, uh, Even though, like, the other two were surprises, there wasn't like a situation where it was like that kind of surprise where I was like, "Yo, Dad, you pregnant?" When it was a surprise, it was a pleasant surprise. It was like, "Wait, we having a baby? Where?" Like that kind of situation. So for me, and I wouldn't ever get into a situation or get in bed with somebody where I have to say to myself, "Yo, you pregnant, Dad?" And that's just me. So, so if my lady tells me she's pregnant, that's because I don't mind having a baby with her. And it'll be a
well,
pleasant
it
surprise.
took two people to tango, right?
Yeah, true. Because if you tangle by yourself, you're not having a baby. You're just letting the
Okay,
Right.
go on, real spill things. Were your
Um,
daughters planned? Yes or no?
two of the three were playing.
Yeah.
One was a uh-oh. I ain't gonna lie. One was a oh, my bad. But I mean, the first one was a uh-oh. The very first one. The next two were playing.
Mhm.
So
That's dope.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it
Okay.
was, it was the first one was like oh shit, uh-oh, my bad. So I mean, I loved them all the same though, without a doubt. I mean, especially the first one.
Okay.
Feel me? Yep.
So Dre already gave us the deets on the fact that he has been married before. He has said his
Mhm.
ex-wife. Real, have you been married before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have. And it didn't turn out well because basically I had to go away for a little while. Let's just say that. All right, and we had a baby right before I got locked up,
No, no,
and
no. You went away for a little while.
yeah, after I went, okay, we had a baby before I went
Went
away
on
for a little while.
Yeah,
vacation.
gotcha.
I went on vacation, a 5-year vacation, right?
Yeah.
So we had a baby right before that, and then I came back from my vacation. Well, actually, in the middle of my vacation, I found out, a lot of this stuff going on back home, and I couldn't come back until that 5 years of my vacation was up,
Mm-hmm.
and it was frustrating while I was gone. So I had to hurry up and rush home, like I was trying to rush home, and I finally get back, and I had to make it do what it do, and divorce was right after that. Like, nah, we done. So like, you don't mess with my kids like that. Period. I
Yeah.
don't
There's
care if you
always
are the mother.
reasons. There's
Yeah.
always reasons, with every divorce, there's always a reason from
Hmm.
a party or both parties. It can
Mhm.
be a mutual decision. Okay. So, what would you both say are the joys of being single fathers?
Having mini me's, just having somebody, just a little you. It's like a miracle, really. Honestly, it's just like, wow, I got a little me. I created this, or I helped create this. You see what I'm saying? And just teaching them, how to operate in life.
You coming down?
Right.
That's amazing to me. It's really amazing that I could create, a smaller version of me. Because all my kids, they are like a mirror image of me, just a female version. So I mean, that's amazing. Yeah.
I get a chance to watch them grow up. Like I get a chance to be there and be present and watch their milestones as they grow up, and not just like, get a phone call and say, "Hey, this is happening. Come." I know what's happening. I know when it's happening. Pictures, videos, just being present and watching them mature. It's a beautiful thing to be able to see your children be born and then
Mm-hmm.
grow up to have sons, to become adults, to become men. And then you have your child get married and have their own child. Like it's a beautiful thing just to watch the the growth, and uh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I'm trying to see if I can
Guys,
get
for
it.
those of you that don't know, Dre is a papa.
Yes,
He got a little one.
yeah, I'm a
And he's
pop
so
pot.
cute. If you follow Dre on Instagram, you'll see the baby. He's so
Mhm.
cute. His
Yeah,
grandson
my
is so cute.
babies. Let me see if I can show you guys this. So I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna put them on blast if you guys don't mind.
Oh, go ahead.
Handle your business, bro.
Let me
We
see something.
love it.
Let me see. I don't know if. Let me see if it'll allow it. Hold on. All right. Hold on. So stuff like this. I'm going to see if I can show you guys stuff like this. Let me see. Can I share? Am I allowed to share my screen? Let me see.
I can't see. Are you in there?
Yeah. Hopefully the audio will show. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
That was like he was like 7-8 months here
Oh.
and having a chance to be a part of this and watch this.
Oh.
Oh, that's what's up.
I love babies, guys.
Look at him. And he's taller than me now. So watching him be able to grow, like he's taller than me now.
Oh. Oh, in the kitchen, he gonna go through all those cupboards.
Yep, he did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. Let me stop so we can get on with the.
Oh, he's so cute.
So I mean, just being present, and that's like one of the best things for me. Just watching them and being there, and milestones, graduations, and even coming home and being able to cook for them and be there. Like I just love being present. And the thing is, it was a time.
I love that. I love that. I love the fact that they both like really enjoy fatherhood. Because there's some people that don't necessarily. They feel like it's more of a struggle
or a burden
on them when they can see the joy that comes out of it. Yes, life isn't easy, period. So you got to once you bring these babies into the world, regardless of whether you're single, it didn't work out with your partner, or whatever the case may be, you're still that child's parent, so you still need to be there regardless. As difficult as it's going to be, it's going to pay off in the long run. It will pay off in the long run. Mm-hmm. Just stick in there, guys. Stick in there. Okay. So what would you say are the struggles with being a single father?
Woo.
And we're being real. This is a no judgment zone, guys. In the chat, this is a no judgment zone. Okay.
You want to take this one first?
Man, I'll say a little something. The struggle, man, is just for me, because I got 3 girls, so it's just
word. That's
man. It's just the fact that they are girls and I'm a father. It's like it's gonna be hard watching them grow up and knowing the things they got to go through when they get older. Like that itself is a struggle, and then I'm being the only adult around. I mean, they can go to their to their aunties and all that, but I got to teach them literally everything. So it's just the fact that I got 3 girls, I got no boys. It's gonna be rough on me, and it's gonna be a learning experience for me as well. So
do you feel that there'll be times where you're gonna have to have like really awkward conversations with them?
Yeah, it's gonna be something I'm gonna be like,
not to be like, nah, I'm gonna just have this conversation with her. Like, it is what it is.
I mean, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to, regardless how I feel about it. I mean, I'm not gonna like the conversation. It's gonna be awkward, but I'm gonna have to be like, I'm gonna be like, yeah. I mean, I'm not even gonna know what to say yet. I mean, it's something I got to think about too. So, I mean,
but that's why it's real.
It's different.
Like for you, I mean, it's different for Dre because he's raising boys, right? So he can understand where their mindset's at, where they're going, what they're thinking about, going through life. With you, you're raising a completely different sex. So for you, the best advice I could give as a female is try and be as much of an open book to your daughter while they're growing up. Okay, and make her feel try and build that relationship to the point where she's very comfortable to have these conversations with you. Because you know what? Sometimes girls are more comfortable speaking to their own fathers than they are their mothers.
Oh, think we just slow. Did she pause? Did she freeze?
I think she froze.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I would do if I had girls? Every boy they bring in the house, I would befriend. Like they would be my best friend.
The
Like
boys,
yeah, they would come by. Hey, you came to see my daughter? Hey, come downstairs. Let's play some PS5 together. Hey, let's shoot some pool. Come. Hey, you want to go upstairs and hang out? No, just hang out with me here. Come have a seat. I'll be best friends. Best friends. All right. Just let it be
I mean,
known.
I don't know about all that. I don't think I could do that. Hey,
You know what? See, there's a method behind it, though, right? If he's spending
right.
all the time with you, he's not spending any
That's
time with
yeah. That's
her.
less time with. Yeah. Okay,
Come
I
on,
got you.
see,
Oh shit.
see. So when she, oh yeah, bring him by. I want to meet him, right? And then spend
Right.
all the time with him, all of it. Call him up on his phone. Hey, come through. Let's hang out. Make it real awkward for her. She'll break up with him. She'll break up. He'll be straight.
That's a nice little. Hey, I'm feeling
Listen,
that. I never thought about that.
Right. People in the chat.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. If I had daughters, I would be their boyfriend's best friend. She's gonna wind up breaking up with him. Yep.
Oh man, but it's rough because all I wanted was boys, and I got nothing but girls. So
yeah, you know it's funny.
rough.
I've always wanted a daughter, and I got all boys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
V, you're back.
I'm back.
What happened?
I
she's
don't
glowing.
know. Signal issues. The
So
rain.
V,
I don't.
you look really nice. Like really, really, really nice. Like you.
Yeah,
Thank
she look nice. That's V.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she look nice.
you. Look, oh my gosh, look at that, guys. I disappear and I come back and they are nice to me. What is going on?
Yeah. Wait, Shanita Marie, you're absolutely right. That is the bottom line, the ultimate goal. I will be cock blocking like the most amazing father ever. Exactly
Really?
that. What's that?
That's really what y'all's plan is. Is that what I missed?
Did you hear what I said though? Did you hear what I
No,
was saying?
I missed it.
I was saying that if I had all girls, right, I would befriend every single boyfriend. So much so to the point where she has to break up because we're spending way too much time together. Like, like all the time will be spent with me and not her at all.
God.
Yes, Shanita, I would be doing that.
Shanita, that's so wrong. That's so wrong.
Yeah.
No dream. Okay. So that was what. So you struggle with the fact that you're just raising girls. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a lot of time too because you still got to go to work, you still got to bring in money, you still got to put food on the table, you still got to put clothes on their bed.
Do you got more
you
than
still
one?
got to do all this, huh? No, I got one. But no, here's the thing though. I'm only raising one. Only raising one. The other two live with their mama. So I mean, it's a little easier. So I'm raising one on my own. So I mean, it's still rough, but it's a little easier.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, Dre, what do you struggle with?
I guess my struggles would probably look a lot like how any single parent or single mother struggle would be. It wasn't only until recently that I struggled big time with finances and having to care for the kids all on my own. So I wasn't getting child support consistently, and there was a time where I wasn't getting anything at all. And people my backstory. After the divorce, the church I was working at as an assistant pastor asked for my resignation. I had no experience doing anything else, and people weren't hiring a newly divorced single father to help run any ministries in the church. So I had to start all over again. Went back to school. I was working on my schooling full time while working full time, and had part-time jobs just so that I could make ends meet. And it was just me doing it. I had almost zero support.
Wow.
So it was very hard, very difficult. And my sons saw the struggle. And I thank God for my sons. Like I really thank God for them because that it taught them something. Like they don't take anything for granted. Praise God. I don't have sons that are entitled. I don't have sons that believe they deserve anything. If I say no, they understand that I'm saying no because daddy doesn't have it. Right. And then they don't get upset if I say no. They're very understanding. So they made fatherhood extremely easy. extremely easy for me. They prayed for me. They supported me when they could, like, just encourage it. It was tough. Like there were times, and I'll give you an example, right? So I would work on Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, at a Head Start. I was a family worker at a Head Start, like uh, a social worker without the degree and without the pay.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting paid like $12.13 an hour. I'm a single father raising 3 kids, getting paid $12.13 an hour, right?
Wow.
And I had to pick up jobs on the weekend, photography gigs on the weekend, just so that I can supplement income to make my ends meet every month. So I would go to school, go to work every day, Monday through Friday, come home, and thank God I was doing online college. So I was at getting dinner ready, then at the living room, living in a 1-bedroom apartment where I was sleeping in the living room, and they had the bedroom, right? It's just like that. And I was in my living room cooking dinner, doing school, checking in homework, all that stuff, all by myself, right? On Saturdays, I would leave the house, right, at almost like 8, 9 o'clock, depending on where the venue was, right? Go to venues to do either a wedding, bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, sweet 16 on Saturday morning, and then after that venue was done, I would go and do an event that same night. So I was trying to pick up 4 jobs a weekend, 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sundays, just so I could make ends meet. Right? I would be out of the house on Saturdays and Sundays. Right? I was listening to church, like on the radio, just hoping to get some kind of word in me. I would leave the house Saturday and Sundays like 7 a.m. and won't get back home till like 1 a.m.
Wow.
Right? I would have to set up Chef Boyardee's and cook dinner on Friday for Saturday and Sunday, just so that they would have something. Like it was very difficult, and I was doing it on my own. I didn't have anybody that could watch my kids, nothing. So it was difficult. It was hard. So for me, like that was my struggle. My struggle was never raising the boys. Right. My struggle was really just making sure that I was able to support them, and it was tough.
Wow. Shanita said, "Wait, you had to leave the church when you got a divorce? Why am I not surprised?"
Yeah, I don't blame like God for that. There's people that have certain belief systems, and my church happened to have that belief system. I wasn't aware of it at the time, but it is what it is. Like I'm not mad at them, and I think at that point, it was time for me to go. I just was so comfortable in my position, and I felt like God had to shake things up to get me to the place where I am today. That's it.
So I'm just going to ask for the people that don't know. So in your church, is it a case of it was the divorce, which was the aspect as to why they didn't want you to hold that position anymore?
They weren't clear on the specific reason. They just asked for my resignation after the divorce was final. I didn't ask why. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to go in their turntables and
Right.
jumping on the senior pastor's desk, telling him to kiss my butt. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It was time for me. And the thing is, it was time for me to go. It really was time for me to go.
Being Isaac's mommy says, hats off to you, Dre, for not throwing in the towel and continuing to fight for your children.
Mm.
Well, you know what? Like, real, maybe you can talk to this too. Like, I never once did I ever think, going through everything that we went through, man, I wish I just somebody would take these kids from me. Not one time have I.
I ain't never thought about that.
Ever.
Never.
And it got hard, yo. It got hard. I never once said.
Yes, rough. It gets real rough, but I've never thought about, hey, y'all take them. Like, I never thought about that. Never, not once. Like, I thought about a lot of things, but not that.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys, isn't it like to all the women that are in the chat, isn't it really refreshing to hear men speak like this? And the only reason why I say that is because you hear so many more stories of the opposite. The guys that don't want to take care of the kids, the women that are the ones that are struggling by themselves, trying to make ends meet. So it's nice to get a spin and to hear the men struggling with that too, and that there are single fathers out there that do the same thing.
But and if I can interject also, just so that we can also get clarity on the broader sense of how fathers actually feel. Almost every father has a sense of pride in their children. Okay, I know dudes in the hood, right, who got baby mama drama like crazy. Mom will keep their, keep their kids away from the fathers, right, and the fathers will see their kids on the block, right,
Mm-hmm.
and that father knows that place. Like, there's going to be drama if I go see my child. However, they're on the block still protecting that child.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the block telling everybody, y'all better not mess with that one right there. Every now and then they'll even slide, like, they'll walk past and even slide money to their kids and then tell their kids, please don't tell your mother. Like, there are fathers out there that want to be there, and I'm telling you, man, like, I've seen men on the block, like killers and drug dealers that will make sure that their kids were good. Make sure their kids were good. They don't have no dealings with the mother, baby mama drama like crazy, but make sure their kids are good.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think the narrative is that men are deadbeats and all that stuff, but the reality is a lot of men, and I'm not saying that there are men that aren't deadbeats. There is, but there's a lot more men wanting to be involved in their children's lives than not. Except it's just that the narrative is that men, specifically black men, don't want to, and that's not entirely true.
That's all the way false, actually, because it's a lot of men out there. Just because the kids normally they live with the mother, so it's assumed
Yeah.
that the man is just out of the child's life, which is far from the truth. There's a lot of men who are still in their kids' life
Mm-hmm.
all the time. I see a lot. I see it a whole lot more than I don't see it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Me too.
Erica said women always think it's only them. That's true, Erica. A lot of women do feel that way. And to be honest, hey, Bernie, welcome. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, hon.
Word.
Hey, Jeannie. Thank you. Oh,
Dre
thank you
up.
so much, girl. Oh, no. Rest up, hon. I hope you feel better soon. Trust me. Sorry, I completely lost what I was about to say. Yeah, there are a lot of men. I feel like a lot of us women, and I'm just gonna say us women, we make it difficult for these men who want to be in their children's lives. And I think that a lot of it is a pride thing between the parents, but the parents need to open up their eyes, both parties, and see that it's bigger than the two of them, and it's about this child now. Whatever differences we have, we need to put it aside and figure out what's going to be the best. Which way can we move forward to co-parent if we are choosing to co-parent this child that's now here that didn't ask to be here? The children never asked to be here and put in these situations. But I do feel that a lot of women do make it difficult. There's always situations and reasons behind it, not just, for everybody, all parties involved. But I feel that there is some kind of resistance from women. And I hate when I see that it's an issue when, because he's moved on. When you hear those types of stories, like, he's moved on so quick and now he has a whole new woman and he don't care about me and this baby over here. That story comes out way too more often than anybody else can explain or care to. So, yeah, I just wish that women would kind of open up their eyes and be open and listen to these men. Now, if they still proving themselves to be a deadbeat, then that's their grave. They dug it, but at least you gave them the opportunity to try. And that's what I think everybody needs to do, is give the partner the opportunity to try, at least to some extent. Y'all can disagree or agree.
I agree.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so are your kids, you can answer this question. So are your kids' mothers involved in your kids' lives? And if no, why not?
One of them, like the one I got custody on, she's not at all involved.
So she doesn't see her mother at all?
She don't know who her mother is. At all. Like, okay, I'm going to tell y'all the story, right?
Wait, before you tell us the story, because you can be open as you want to. You don't have to. I don't, I still respect people's privacy to a certain extent. So that's up to you if you want to share the story. However, what I did want to know is, do you plan on telling her or allowing her to have that relationship with her mother one day?
Yeah, if my daughter wants that, yeah, no doubt. without a doubt.
Okay. Now you
So
can tell the
now,
story if you want to. Go ahead.
okay, here's the story. So I'm guessing my daughter was around. She was less than 2 years old when she got took from her mother.
Mhm.
So after I come back from my vacation and I end up getting custody of her, the mother, her mother hits me up. I forgot. I don't know how she got my info or whatever, but she hits me up and she wanted to come by and see her daughter. So I was like, all right. And so I told my daughter, I said, you got somebody coming by to see you. I did this intentionally to figure out like how much info does my daughter have on her mother. So she ended up coming by and I looked at her and I said, hey, what's up? Her name's Jaylee, by the way. I said, what's up, Jaylee? You know who this is right here? And she was looking and she said, no. And then I whispered to the mother. I said, "Hey, don't even tell her who you are because I don't want that having no kind of effect on her." So, but I let them, play around and talk and all that. I let them do all of that,
Mm-hmm.
and she liked her. My daughter liked her. She was okay with her, but she didn't know who she was. And the mother, she was like, she didn't know what to do really. And the messed up thing is she has three other kids now, and she lost two of them, and she has one more who she's currently raising.
Mhm.
But she lost the other two as well. Those other two are not my kids. So, but she lost those two, and then she's got one that she's raising right now. So, but I told her behind closed doors. I told the mother, I said, look, whenever my daughter does want to know who her mama is, I'll let you know that. And then I'll have you come back by and then I'll let her know. But right now, I don't want to put that hurt on her because she don't know who her mama is and you walked right up to her face and she does not know who you are. So I left it at that.
And did you want to leave it like that because you want the mother to either show some kind of consistency first
Yes, that's
before
one of the reasons.
intervening?
Mhm.
That's one of the reasons I want her to show a little consistency for one, and for two, it was hard. I didn't know what my daughter was feeling, but I didn't want to put that on my daughter like that because she never really asked about her mama or nothing like that. Like it was to a point where she didn't know that she was supposed to have a mama. She didn't even know. So it was just rough, but I didn't want to just put that on her like that. And also, like I told her, I did tell her like, hey, when you start showing that you actually do give a damn and care about your daughter, I don't want you really around her like that.
Mhm.
So
How old was your daughter when this happened? Just
she
wondering.
was, what year was that? That was in 2017. So she was 5 years old at that time. Yeah.
Does the mom still like reach out to you every now and again or
I
no?
have I haven't heard from her in about 3 years. So,
Mhm.
as a matter of fact, a few months after she's seen her, I ain't heard from her since. So
Yeah. Wow. Rachel said that's the best way to handle it, real. Being as its mommy said, I dated a guy who had a baby girl and she was the same way. She still has no idea what a mom is.
Wow.
yeah, that's how it is. My daughter, she literally is not. She really thinks that she's not supposed to have a mama. She just thinks it's just daddy and then grandmama. That's it. She don't know what a mama is. That's how bad it is with her. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. Hmm.
It's rough, but hey, once she, gets older and then realizes she's supposed to have a mama and she comes to ask me about it and wants to get to know her mama, then I let her do that without a doubt.
Yeah.
So
And this is how old is she now?
she's 8 now.
Your 8-year-old.
Yeah, it's my 8-year-old.
So, what did she think about your youngest? Because I'm assuming she's seen your youngest,
Yeah. That's her
and you'll
sister.
see she's seen right. She's seen her
That's
sister,
yep.
and she's seen her sister's mom.
Yes. She looks
How does that?
that's tough. You know what I'm
How
saying?
because I feel like
Good
even
question.
though she's 8, she's still like, okay, well, how come my sister has a mom and she goes home with her mom?
No, because one time I told her, this is when we were actually, thinking about, being together for the long run, and she didn't mind being a mother to her. She didn't mind that at all. And then so I told her
which
one day,
which is a
what's
challenge
that?
itself. And I forgot to mention that another challenge about being a single father is actually finding a lady who wouldn't mind being a nurturing figure in the home for kids that's not theirs. But yeah,
Right.
Yeah. She was when she seen her, she was like, I told her this is your stepmom. And she was like, what's a stepmom?
Mm.
It was hard for me to explain that. And I said, this is your sister's mom. She looked at me like she didn't know what a mama was. Like, what's a mom? Like she
Right.
really didn't know. So it's rough. And it's really hard on my end because I'm still struggling on what to tell her.
yeah.
So
What would be your advice, Dre, to Real with what to tell her?
Wow. Um, it's going to be tough, and she's going to have identity problems when she gets. There's a chance. I don't want. I'm not going to speak it into her life, but there's a possibility that she'll have identity challenges when she gets older. Not identity challenge as far as like her sexuality per se. I'm talking about like who her family is, where's her family from, where's her heritage from, things like that. And she would probably go through the same things that a lot of fathers, a lot of men who don't know their fathers go through. Because children tend to develop their identity from their parents, even if they don't know their parents. Right? I didn't know my father growing up. I knew his last name was. I knew his name was Irving Rivera, and there was a time in my like middle school, high school years that I hyphenated my last name. My for a while, I was telling people my last name, full name was Andre Harrison Rivera. I was hyphenating my name because I wanted that connection. I wanted that I wanted to know about that portion of me. Um, so with your situation, I know you're trying to protect her. So I understand that and I respect it. I think that we got to be you got to be ready to combat that identity thing when she gets a little older. Right now, she doesn't really understand. She just wants to live her life as a little girl.
right.
But
But I'm just waiting on that day because I
yeah,
mean it's hard for kids to grow up without having a father, but I think it's even tougher for kids to grow up not having a mother.
yeah,
I think that's even much harder. So
yeah. Mhm.
So
I got,
how old was your daughter when you got custody of her?
when I got custody of her, it was in 2016, so she was 4, about to turn 5. Yeah, she was 4 going on 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I think it's tough for kids to not have either parent.
Mhm.
I agree with you. I
Yeah.
think it is
But
tough.
but it's
Uh,
normalized. It's become normal where the father isn't around. So people are like, oh, your dad's not home. Okay. But when mom, it's a little bit different. Like it's a different beast. Like, and I'll be
yeah.
honest, like my sons all have a relationship with their mother. Apart from me, I don't know, nor do I care what they do. That's your mom. Whatever
Right.
relationship you have with your mother is your relationship with your mother. I don't need to be the in between. All right. If there's some things that we need to talk about, we'll talk about it. But you have her number. I don't even know where she lives. They know where she lives. It's none of my
Oh,
business.
you don't even know where she lives? Oh, well, your
That's
kids are older though, so
yeah,
they can
that's not
kind
my
of go
concern.
and
But
come
the thing
back.
is, even if Gabriel was 5, that's not my concern. Just make sure he's safe. If he comes home and tells me that he was in an unsafe situation, which he probably would have, then I handle it. That's not my concern.
Wow, Dre.
That no, their relationship is their relationship. I cannot get involved if I want them to truly have a close relationship. But there was a
Mhm.
situation where because the kids live with me. I'm the one that's always at school. I'm the one if there's any issues. And a couple of my son's peers was talking about how he didn't have a mother. And I took offense to that. Like I went to the school and I was like, yo, which kid is talking about my son's mother? Like
Mm,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Just because he lives with me doesn't mean that he doesn't have a relationship with his mother. Just because you don't see his mother doesn't mean that she's not there.
right.
But I'm saying that to say this. There because it's normalize that men aren't in the home and moms are usually the ones with custody, that you know, boys or girls or whatever who sees kids that are primarily with their father will make fun of kids who don't have a mother, who they perceive does not have a mother, and that's a whole different thing as well. Like it could be
Yeah.
tough.
That's wild. That's
Wow.
wild.
Yeah, and like I don't tell my kids to fight, but I tell them all the time, don't let no one disrespect your mother. No one.
That's
Yeah.
amazing, Drake, that you don't even know where their mom lives. I find that amazing. I find that strange, but I find that amazing.
Yeah.
And I get you saying it's not really any of your business.
That's
But
not.
at the same time, I mean, I think even if it was co-parenting with somebody else, I think I would still want to know where my children are going when they've gone. If anything was to happen, if there's an emergency, or I need to just get something over to you quickly, or you need to get something over to me quickly.
Yeah. And all my kids have cell phones. If that's the case, cell phones. I'll get in touch with you.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Like
Wow.
I don't want that responsibility either. Like I don't want.
But you did say that you get a lot, like your ex-wife now. She got remarried. She has a partner now. She's with somebody else.
Yeah, I know she's seeing somebody. So, but I just don't know the details.
Because I remember you before you saying that how
Oh yeah, there was another.
That he was down for your kids.
Yeah, there was another person that who he didn't like me too much. But,
okay.
But I know that he didn't have to like me for me to know that he cared deeply for my kids and he would protect them, even with his own life. So you can hate me all you want, as long as I know that my kids are safe and you're gonna look out for them. I'm good.
Rachel said, "Real, you can start a family tree for her when she's older." Are you still in contact with your daughter's mother's family, or no?
I didn't even like her family, to be real with you. I didn't even like her family. So.
Not the family either.
They were just.
Wow.
Yeah, they were just. Yeah, I couldn't get along with them.
Being Isaac's mommy said, "You guys are amazing dads." Bernie's junk closet says, "Real talk, you should encourage a relationship with the mom, even if you start at one time a month, and you need to be in the room just as we should for a dad."
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that too. The only issue, and I don't get it twisted. I don't care what the courts say. I've never been a fan of the courts at all. But I mean, she's legally not even supposed to be around her.
Oh.
So yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm
that's a completely different aspect to it, though.
Yeah, she's legally not supposed to be around her or the other two kids she had. So it's weird, but I already don't care what the courts say. I mean, if she really wants a relationship with her, I'll allow it. Like regardless, I don't care what the courts say. So.
Wow. So I'm reading these comments to see if I'm missing any other questions that people had for you. Being Isaac's mommy said, "It's the same way with my mom and my sperm donor. They don't know anything about each other's lives. It's the best way. It's best that way." So I guess being Isaac's mommy's dad isn't in the picture, and she was raised by her mom. Being Isaac's mommy, tell me correctly. And her parents don't intermingle with each other's lives at all. They don't know anything about each other's lives, and it's best that way. So, being Isaac's mommy, do you have a relationship with your sperm? I'm assuming not, because you called him your sperm donor. Well, your mom's sperm donor. You know what I mean? Okay. Shanita Marie randomly said, "In Florida, it's mandatory that the parents know each other's addresses. Every time we move, we have to let each other know within 10 days.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Erica said, "Dre, does their mother know where you live?"
Yeah. And I answered. I said, yeah, she does, because she picks them up.
Okay. So there we go. Okay. She said, "I call him my sperm donor because he's never taken care of me." Okay. I understand that.
Does he take care of your child, though?
No, as in her. She's talking about her dad.
Her dad, gotcha.
About her father, yeah.
Oh, her dad, okay.
Yes. Yeah, she was talking about, because she's married, and they've been on my show before. Her spouse, they have a baby together now, her first child. So they're doing it together. But she's talking about her parents' experience. She said, we've never had a relationship with each other. Now that I have my son, he's trying to get to know me.
That's the redemption. He's trying to make things right with you in hopes to do things right with with his grandchild.
Right.
So that's, I guess that's something that you can that's, I guess, based on your own conviction. It could be his work trying to redeem the relationship he should have had with you, with the grandchild. You can either allow him that opportunity to make things right with you by doing right by your grandchild, or just continue the pattern of dysfunction.
Being there, not being there, coming
Yeah,
in, dropping out again,
yeah,
doing that
that's the
type of
case. Well,
stuff.
or protect him from that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so, ooh, do you think, with you not being with your kids' mothers, do you feel like it affects your children in any way, or has affected them?
Say that one
Yeah.
more time. I'm sorry.
I say, with you both not being with your children's mothers, do you feel that has it ever affected the kids in any way?
I can say yeah, because me taking care of my daughter alone, she being a female, she does not have that feminine energy to actually teach her how to grow up to be a woman. And
Mm-hmm.
I can't teach her that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be rough on her. Like she don't feel it now, but I know when she gets like 3 to 4 years from now, she's gonna start feeling it. She's gonna want to know a few things. So I think it will have an effect on her with the mother not being around, without a doubt.
What about for your other two girls that are with the mother and you're not there every day?
Well, with one of them, my youngest, I see my youngest like all the time. So I mean, I don't think it's an issue. I think it will be an issue because I'm still not a constant in that household because she's still with the mother, but I do see her all the time. So like really like every week, every day, every few days out the week, I still see her a lot. With my oldest daughter, I don't see her as often as I want to see her
Mm.
because the mother, she's trying to stay out of contact with me. I'm still constantly trying to be in contact with her
Yeah.
to make sure my daughter's all right. I see her probably twice out the year, 3 times out the year. So that's good. I know that's hard on my daughter because for her first 2, 3 years growing up, I was a constant in that household, and then things happen. So
Okay.
And for me,
Yeah.
um, let me just repeat the question one more time. I want to make sure I answer it correct.
Okay. With you not being with your children's mother, has that made an impact on your kids'
Yeah.
lives? That way of form.
Yeah, it has, especially with my oldest and my youngest. My oldest, because he had challenges with um following rules, and he would go from my place when he got like 16 to his mom's place, and then when he got upset there, he would come over to us, and we got to the point where he said, "Listen, you're not about to play the both of us. This isn't going to happen."
Mm-hmm.
But my youngest, though, my youngest, he was about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half when she left. So I was thinking, this is all he knows, right? All he knows is us not being together, so he should be okay. Children are resilient; they'll grow up and they'll be fine. He had to be about, I want to say, maybe 7 to 8 years old, and he started to act up in school. And I would talk to him, and eventually he opened up and said, "I'm angry that Isaiah and Nathaniel has memories with you two together, but I don't." He was like 7 at the time.
Oh.
You know, and that hit me. That hit me, and that's when, because at the time I was still, I was in school for to get my master's in marriage counseling, and I wanted to do more research in co-parenting, and I found the stats on how children grow up more secure when they have equal access to both parents, even if they're not living in the home. if they have access to that parent, and when the parents work together to do certain things, like birthdays, graduation parties, random uh, outings at the park with the kids. It does something for the child to create memories together as a family.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, and it broke my heart. It broke my heart because he's right. He's right. Nathaniel was 6.5, going on six and a half. Isaiah was 10, and he was a year and a half. He has no memories of us together,
Mm.
and it broke me. I was like, yeah, it broke me, and yeah, so
So Dre, whose decision was it for you to have the boys? Was that your decision or was it the mom's decision? Did I ask that question already? I think I did.
no,
No, I
you didn't.
didn't. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Was it
you
your
asked,
decision? Was it
was
the
it our
mom's decision or
decision?
was it a
Yes.
joint?
So it got to the point where I had to go to court to solidify and secure their, you know, their housing and their custody. So there are some things that happened that went down, and for the sake of conversation, whatever you say on the internet is on the internet forever, and
Right.
I'm not out here trying to put anybody on blast, but it
Right.
got to the point where I had to make sure that the kids were secured and they were good. And even though I went for custody, my intention was not to like get custody and keep her away from the kids. My intention was to make sure that my kids always had a secure place to stay that was
Mm-hmm.
solid. And at the time, I was in a position where I could provide that for the kids, a secure place, safe, warm, fed, clothed space for them to live in, and still have access to their mom.
Right.
So at that, and it was crazy for a little while because not one, the other parent does not ever want to go get like served with papers saying that your child's other parent is taking you to court for custody. And
Yeah.
despite me trying to explain myself, it didn't go as planned. And honestly, and my concern also was, and we know how the culture of parenting is or single parenting is. At any point, she could have had the kids for the weekend, right? They could have been living me for 3 years, take them for a weekend, right? And then on Monday say I'm not returning the kids, and on Tuesday serve me with court papers, and then the courts will give her instant custody until the court
Mm-hmm.
proceedings. So I was like, you know what? Let's not. Let me just make sure that they're good. They have a secure place. Let me initiate the court proceedings on custody. And when I went to court for custody initially, I wasn't too knowledgeable about it. So I initially went for sole custody, and then we wind up doing it joint custody with me being the custodial parent, and it worked out.
Mm.
It worked out.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so the goal was just so that I could make sure that the kids had a secure place, And I know me, like I wasn't going to keep the kids from her. I know that she wasn't really happy with me at that specific moment, and I was not trying to lose my kids for nothing,
Mm-hmm.
for nothing. So yeah,
Okay. So you both went to court. You both kind of handled it in the courts
yeah.
and dealt with that situation.
Yeah.
So, real, do you get along with your other kids' mothers?
One I do, the other one not too much. But I mean, I'm not gonna say a bad word about neither one of them because that's just something I just refuse to do. And but the youngest daughter, her mother, I get along with her. We get along. The oldest one, we just not in contact. I've been trying to stay in contact, but we're not in contact. We don't get along like that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to everybody out there, single mothers and single fathers. I don't care what beef y'all have as a man and as a woman. Do not let your kids see it. Do not talk bad about the other parent to your kids. Don't do that because I went through that when I was younger.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, like, I grew up through most of my childhood and into my teens thinking just despising my own father because he wasn't in the picture and I considered him a sperm donor all them years until because my mom was feeding me a bunch of bullshit. I'm not gonna talk bad about my own mama because I love my mama. But she was feeding me a bunch of bullshit about my father, talking about he didn't want to take care of me until I did some digging. I found letters. I ended up finding letters and a bunch of other stuff from my dad to my mom, and I found out my dad been trying to look for me. My mama just ran off, and she didn't want to be with him, so she just took me from him, and we just lived our happy life somewhere else. But he's been trying to look for me, so I mean that made me love him even more, and it made me just hate the fact that I considered him a sperm donor, and I despised him all them years. So don't do not ever talk bad about the child's mother or the child's father in that way to your kids. Don't ever do that.
And what's that?
I was just asking Bill if he has a relationship with his dad now.
Oh yeah, yes, I see him a lot now. Like we are on very good terms now.
Yeah, and if at all possible, let your kids see that there's some elements that you guys elements where you guys can get along, and like when my ex-wife, she comes and picks up the kids, I go to the car, give her a fist bump, say, hey, have a nice time, enjoy, and I go back in the house. I want my kids to see that for their sake, I will get along with their mother.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, realist, he's right. Don't ever talk bad about the other parent in front of your kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys feel that there's a difference between raising girls and raising boys?
Yeah.
They're
Of
both like,
course.
yeah. They're still a human being and they're still kids. Is there a major difference in raising boys and girls?
Well, I'm not gonna say yes because I don't have boys to raise, so I couldn't tell you that. But I would think that yes is different.
Yeah.
I would think it was very different. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I had a boy, I would still raise them, the same. I would still love them the same. But as far as telling them other things, I can only tell my boy. I can teach my boy better about certain things than I can my daughter.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I always argue with you guys about that point. Like, why do you feel that way? Why do you not feel that you can do the same with your daughter?
Well, I think it's because we've been through that. So we've had experience that we can glean from to share with our sons. We've never been a woman or a girl. So it's hard to do that. Because then at that point, whatever we're teaching our girls, is coming from our experience with other women. And we're saying, listen, you better not be this way.
Right.
It's not like really showing them what to be like. It's just showing them what not to be like. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I say the same thing for women. I think women do the same thing with their sons.
Right.
And like, for instance, right? Like I grew up, I have a twin sister. So, we grew up together. We were raised very different. She got away with a whole lot more stuff than I did. But at the same time, like I had women in my life trying their hardest to teach me to be a man. All right. My godmother, called her Ma, she passed away a couple of years ago. And I remember this like it was like yesterday. I had to be maybe 5, right? And I was at her apartment in Brooklyn, and I went to go use the bathroom. Right now, mind you, I was raised with all women. You know how women go to the bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I put the toilet seat down, and I go to sit down to pee. I kid you not.
My bad for laughing, bro. My bad. Go ahead.
I had no source of reference, bro. My godmother comes into the
can't teach him how to pee.
No, my godmother, right? And
she did?
Please excuse the language. All right, my godmother was a beautiful lady. All right, but she cussed. She said she came in the bathroom, right? Mind you, this is like 1985. She said, "Little nigga, you ain't no bitch," and taught me how to stand up and pee.
Oh man!
Right. So,
but you did, but that was a woman that taught you how to pee.
Yeah. Like she was like, "Nah, you gonna stand up and pee." Like so, yeah, man. That's But saying that to say like they tried their hardest to teach me what it meant to be a man, an image of man. But like a lot of times, a lot of my teachings came from me not being like what they thought a negative man would be. So
right.
Yeah.
Shanita said, this is interesting. Shanita's a female, and she said that raising her boys is easier than raising her girl.
I mean, I
Really,
believe that.
Shanita?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I believe to be real. I don't even have boys, but I think raising boys, period, it would be easier than raising girls.
Like it was a joy to raise my sons. It's a joy to raise them now. Like I love it. Love it.
Nia said, yeah, my son was easy to potty train.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Boys are awesome. Wait, okay, whoa. What's going on? Where's the female power in the chat?
Hey, let us live. Let us live. This interview is about us, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna let you. Okay. Okay. Why are a lot of men scared to be fathers to girls? That's a good question, because a lot of men, you ask them the question, oh, would you want a boy or a girl? The majority of them gonna turn around and say, I want a boy.
Yeah.
I don't want no girl.
And
I don't want no girl.
the answer's simple. I mean, for
What's
me,
the answer's simple.
yeah. I mean, for me, because I know how I was when I was. I know how I was when I was young. So I know how little boys treated little girls. You understand? So I think this is God's way of saying, yeah, remember what you did to all them girls when you was little? Yeah, now look, now you got 3 of them. So I mean, that's God's way of, that's God. God got a sense of humor. Yeah, God got a real sense of humor. So I mean, I know I didn't want girls because I know how I used to treat little girls when I was little. So, and I know how it's gonna be when they're growing up. So it's rough. It's gonna be rough, and I'm gonna try not to catch another case. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Jay, you scared to be a girl dad?
I'm not. I would love to have a daughter. I'm not afraid of it. I would say that I would be concerned on how I can raise her. But I'm not afraid of it. I would welcome it. But yeah, I would hope that we would have a strong relationship, and that I would be best friends with all her boyfriends.
Yeah, hey, Dre taught me that earlier, so I'm gonna actually try that out.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, it'll frustrate her, and she'll break up with every single guy.
Yeah, she gonna be like, no, dad, no, just no. She gonna leave, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go meet up with Sandra. She really gonna meet a boy, but she just telling you, Sandra, so she can get out the house. Be prepared, it's coming. It's coming, real.
So. You got this, bro.
I got it. I know I got it. Just some butterflies, but that's it. I know I'm good though.
Oh my God. But Jay, yeah, you see how your sons think that one of your sons is your favorite? When you have a girl,
no, they know it's gonna be my favorite.
They're gonna be like, nah, he just loves her.
And I'm gonna let them know. She's my favorite. Get away. You guys are just here to protect her. That's it. Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're like, no, girls are a headache. The attitude, the hormones, the back talk. Yeah. I'm like, boys probably do that too. You trying to tell me that boys don't back talk their parents?
Boys do, but girls are just, they sassy with it.
Yeah.
They sassy with their stuff.
So being a single dad, is it difficult to date?
No.
Well, for me it was, because I don't date just to like hang out is one thing, but looking for somebody that I'm looking to spend the rest of my life with, it's challenging. You got to find somebody that's really willing to care for children that's not theirs. And so like the dating part, like going out to eat and stuff like that kind of dating, it is what it is. But when you're trying to find somebody that you're trying to spend the rest of your life with, you don't want that drama where your wife can't get along with your kids, because that's a whole different element in the home that you really don't want. So
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's why from the beginning I make it known, that who I am as a father and the type of dad I am, and give them an option at the very beginning. Can you handle this or not? Because if you can't, it's okay. I won't think negatively of you. Everybody's not for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Real, what was you gonna say?
I mean, so far it ain't really been too difficult for me because she's still kind of young. But I know when she gets a little older, it might be more difficult, especially finding the right woman. Because a lot of I put it like this: a lot of men don't really mind being with a woman who has kids. Like I see that a lot of men don't mind playing stepdaddy, but I notice a lot of women have an issue with being stepmom. Like
Ladies,
they
is that
don't.
true? Do you have an issue? Would you be with a guy that has kids? I'm asking the chat. We'll wait for the
Yeah,
response.
We'll
we'll
see.
wait for the response, but I feel like a lot of women have an issue with being stepmama. Like,
Mhm.
So do you find that women, like, when you tell them, oh, I've got kids or whatever, they kind of be like, oh.
I mean, to be real with me, like I haven't had that issue as of yet. I mean, I haven't really had that issue. I haven't ran across that woman anyway who just be turned up by the fact I got kids. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen with other people like women don't like men with kids, really.
I don't think it's necessarily the fact that the men
Not
has
too many women.
kids. I don't think it's the kids themselves. I think it's the baby mama drama
Well, yeah, that
that
too.
women don't like, right? And I feel that it's because a lot of times as well, uh, the men kind of don't stand up to create those boundaries between the two, which later causes problems because obviously you're going to have two alpha females basically kind of going at each other. And, the dude in between, he just want peace and quiet. He just want to get his kids and go home and not have to deal with this mess. But you got one over here that's got a problem with y'all, the way y'all talk to each other, or if there's problems over there, or you got the baby mama that can't let go of the relationship y'all
Yeah.
had, or and uses the kid as an excuse as to why. I think that's more of the issue than a man that just has a kid. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you,
Yeah.
V.
So
Yeah.
Shanita said, honestly, I wouldn't want it, but I wouldn't dismiss it. Sometimes these baby mamas are doing the most. See,
See,
everyone,
so
the baby
I was
mamas.
coming from a different perspective. Like for me, I wasn't looking to date anyone who didn't have kids.
Mm.
Yeah. Like, because I know how I am as a dad, and I figured anyone who doesn't have kids probably wouldn't understand why I am the way I am with my kids. So, like, for a while, like, if you didn't have a child and you were like, sliding up in my DMs, you could slide right back out. Yeah, because
Right.
that's like, you got kids? All right, let's talk. You ain't got kids? No.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
'Cause
different.
listen,
That's
listen.
the first time I've heard that one.
Let's be real. Let's be real, ladies in the chat. Let's be real, right?
Let's be
When
real,
you with
ladies.
when you with your dude, when you with your guy, you appreciate all the attention given to you, right?
Of course, who don't?
You want all that attention, right? If you don't have kids, all right, then you don't have to give your attention to anybody else. So you can give your attention only to the man that you're seeing. You want your man to give you that same attention, except he's got to split that attention with maybe his daughter, son, and maybe another child. You know, you're not going to want that. You're not going to want that. So, in my mind, I didn't write it off. I just that was a preference of mine to meet somebody who had children. And it will be like a one big beautiful blended family. But yeah, that was just a preference.
But
But it's
that's what
not
I'm
like
saying, because then you're adding in all these other additional parties
yeah.
to the mix.
Yeah. So I don't mind. Like I love kids, and I love other people's kids too. So like kids are kids, and yeah.
I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised that Jay said he wasn't for no one without kids. You ain't got kids. You can't
Yeah.
slide my DMs. Bye.
No, because like I'm not like I love my kids way too much to have them feel like they're in competition with somebody else. And my kids are good kids. They will accept anybody I bring home. Okay, accept anybody I bring home. All right, and because I know that about their nature, I don't want to put my sons in a position where they feel like they're being pushed out because of this lady who comes into my life. She don't really like kids. She wants all my attention, and
Right.
expects me to give her all the attention and dismiss my kids. I'm good.
Yeah.
So
I understand that. I think that somebody without kids though can, as long as they know the situation, they know you're gonna have to spend time. Well, it's different for somebody coming into you guys' life because you have your children there
yeah.
all the time. So they would have to be used to that. But I don't know. How you feel about that? Real?
How
You
I feel
think
about what?
you agree? Would you agree? Now you've heard how
Dude,
Dre
it's
feels
funny.
about women without kids. Would you agree or not? You still
I
good?
mean, I don't disagree,
But that's it. But
but
like, that's me. I'm not saying like
yeah.
that's
I know,
canon.
but
That's not
sometimes
canon.
when
All
you
right.
hear a new perspective, sometimes it changes. You know how you may be like, "Oh, I never thought about that. Let me think about that."
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
going
never
too
thought
fast.
about it. I never thought about it that way, but at the same time, I mean, I've never been with a woman who had kids at first. I've never been
Oh,
with one who actually had kids at first, so I can't really speak on that. So I'm the opposite. He don't want to be with nobody who doesn't have kids. I've never been with anybody who had kids. So
okay. Well, there we go. It's
yeah.
two different perspectives. So, okay, when do you think is the right time to introduce your significant other to your kids?
When
Do
you
you
know
have a
it's starting
time
to get
limit that you personally have set for
well,
yourselves before introducing your kids, or
to be honest, I don't set a time limit. Like I don't have a specific, okay, on this day I'm gonna do that. Like, no, I just feel like I'll do it when I know we're getting serious. That's when I can do it then.
Yeah.
So
okay? And Jay, you're the same way.
Say that again.
Are you this? Do you feel the same way that you would introduce your kids when you know that you're getting serious?
Um. Yeah, but I'm also like, um, I, I I use my kids. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I was about to say,
Uh,
I've
so
heard this story.
yeah, so my kids will let me know without letting me know if this person is the right one or is a good one. Okay, so I'll allow people like somebody that I would be interested in to meet the kids to see their interaction, and I won't introduce them as a girlfriend. Hey, this is my friend Tina. Yeah, we're gonna go and get some ice cream together, and then go to the park. See their interaction. I want to see how she looks, and when she
These
thinks I'm
kids
not
ain't
looking,
crazy. They
I want
know
to see
what's
those
going
micro.
down.
No, no, my kids understand my position, right?
Oh,
They understand my position. I teach them the same position.
okay.
This is
I'm
not your
about to say because
girlfriend.
they know they ain't
They
dating
are,
for me.
yeah, this is not your girlfriend. This is not my girlfriend. This is my friend. There may be some
Mhm.
interest there, but we're not together. We're not playing this boyfriend and girlfriend game. So, um, and before I can take that to that level, I need to know that I'm not wasting your time. I don't want you to waste my time. So let's identify in the very beginning if you can even tolerate children. And if I see any micro aggressions in your face, like my kids are walking and you don't think I'm looking, and you look at and you do that little right.
Mm.
I know. See, I need to be able to see that. I don't want you to just say, "Oh, I love kids." I need to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you had any instances where your kids did not like the person that you had brought around?
I had instances where they didn't like them for me. Like my kids love everybody,
Okay,
but they'll tell me, "Yeah, Dad, I don't know if this is the right one."
okay. Real?
What was the question?
Have you had any instances where your daughter didn't like your significant other?
No, because my daughter, listen, my middle child, she's shy in a sense, but she's also a people person. She loves people. So anybody I do bring around her, she likes.
Mm.
So I never had that issue.
Okay. Okay, so you both co-parent. How are you finding that? Like, how is co-parenting working for you guys? Does it work smoothly? There's no hiccups. We're good, or are there problems sometimes?
I mean, it's a couple hiccups, but for the most part, it's smooth. I mean, I don't have no real big issues. I don't have no complaints or gripes about it. I mean,
Can you
we
do
make it
birthday
do what it.
parties together
Yeah.
and
Oh, well,
holidays?
actually, since we split, I mean, she ain't had no birthday yet
Oh, yeah.
since we split. So, I mean, but we will though. We're gonna definitely work on that. So
Okay.
I had
That's
no
cool.
issue lately. I ain't had no issue.
You said late night, I had no issues. We'll talk
Not at
about
all.
this later, next year, maybe. That's
Hmm.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Dre.
same here. But now in the beginning, for a couple of years, it was very challenging, very tough. But now we're at the point where we can co-parent without any um, drama. She's been over here for Nathaniel's graduation party. For actually, that was it for Nathaniel's graduation party. And she came the day before the graduation party because that was the first time we had a chance to see our grandson.
Oh, okay.
So they were staying with me, and
Oh,
yeah, my son sort of, my oldest son sort of invited her without telling me, and I was like, "Yo, son,
oh.
making it hot for me." So, but yeah, I'm not going to tell my son, yeah, my ex-wife, who's your mother, and your son's grandmother can't come by. So we're
Yeah.
at a place where we're able to peacefully co-parent, and that's only because we keep it about the children. We don't bring up past events. We don't even reminisce about good times, in the yesteryears. It's all
Right.
about the children. That's it.
Hmm. Do you guys believe that your children should be raised in a certain way? And if so, what is that?
Meaning,
Meaning, do you think there's a certain type of parenting technique that the kids should be raised by that you've heard of or that you follow or that you do?
I raise up the children, in the way that they should go, so that when they grow up, they won't depart from it. That's it.
I feel like I go by trial and error. I don't have no specific way. I don't raise my kids the way I was raised. That's for damn sure. Like,
Oh, so you
no,
don't?
Mhm.
no,
Me neither.
mm-mm.
Oh,
No, I'm
neither
not.
do. Okay.
Yeah, I don't do it. I go by trial and error. Let me see if this will work. Okay, that don't work. Let me try this then. Okay, that works. That's how I go.
Yep.
But
That's how
one
you.
thing I don't do, I don't teach my kids what to think. I teach
Yeah.
them how to think instead.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't teach them, yo, you gotta believe this, this, and this. I tell them, look, however you wanna, whatever you wanna believe in, believe that, but just have clear evidence on what you believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I teach them. So
Okay.
Yeah. What
Do
real
you
said?
guys? Oh, go ahead.
No. What real said?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any fears with raising kids in
Yes, yeah.
today's society the way it is now?
whew, yeah,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
yeah.
What's
Like
your
even
what's
so.
your
And I'll give you an example. Right. We live in a society where we live in a what's the term I'm looking for? An asexual society where sexuality is
Out the
fluid.
window.
Yeah, like it's fluid. Right.
Yeah.
Teaching masculinity and teaching femininity is a bad thing. I don't believe that. I believe in raising boys to be men and raising girls to be ladies, and that's just how I believe.
Mhm.
Uh, and this does has nothing to do with the topic of like homosexuality. It's just that like I'm trying to raise my sons to be men and responsible men in society. And I would like my daughters, if I ever have any, to be raised to be responsible ladies in society. Um,
Mhm.
and that's just it. But like I feel like the difficult thing is me raising my sons to be men, me raising my sons to be protectors of themselves, their communities, and their family. Um, like I was like in a discussion a couple of weeks ago with young girls who, and I think I may have mentioned this in one of your live streams, where the girls were raised without fathers, so they have no clue what positive masculine energy is. So when the guy who was talking to them, an older guy, was saying how we need men in the communities to help protect our women, these teenage girls were like, "We don't want no man protecting us. What do you think this is? We don't need no man protecting us." And they have a toxic idea of what masculinity is all about, right? And I'm like, Dad, we're living in a time where, like, I'm afraid that if I teach my sons that being a man and a masculine man is a good thing, I would be seen as a bad homophobic person who wants to, encourage or push my kids to be a toxic male in society, and that's not the case at all.
Mm.
And I want them to be appreciative of everybody, empathetic of everybody, to love everybody, You can have your own beliefs, but don't ever allow your beliefs to treat others to have you treat others in a negative way, because then I can't respect you as a son. Like, you're not going to do that. That's not what we're going to do here as a family.
Yeah.
So it's hard, you know. In my opinion, it's hard because I want my sons to grow up to be masculine men, and I'm teaching them to be that way. And I don't want to be deemed as a negative person for doing that, or a bad person for doing that.
Mm, I
Hmm.
understand that.
Yeah.
Real. How
I
do you feel
agree.
with the girls?
Man, I agree with everything Dre said, but I just fear for my girls. 'Cause first of all, they young black girls who are gonna eventually be young black women, and we already know how they treat black women in today's society.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid of that just in itself. And then for the fact that, of course, you got a lot of these young boys, they haven't really had a whole lot of their fathers around.
Yeah.
So they don't know what real masculinity is. A lot of them want to be females, or if they don't want to be women, they're trying to be men, but don't know how to be real men. So they go into relationships with a messed up attitude. They want to beat on their women and all that. And I don't want my girls going to be with nobody like that.
Right.
Period. So I fear for my daughter's safeties at all times because like I always said, I would never go back to the joint, but I will behind them. So
Right.
I
A
will
lot of
behind
fathers
them.
say that.
Gladly.
A lot of
Yeah.
fathers say that.
Yeah.
My dad has
Hmm.
said that too.
Mhm.
It's true.
Okay. Do you see yourself as being a good role model for your children? Like the life you've lived, who you are as a person, do you see yourself as being a good role model for your kids?
Um. Well, the life I have lived, no. Now I'm living now, yes.
But
Like
it
the
could
way
be a
I'm living.
testimony or a lesson.
Yeah, I mean, of course, everything you go through is a testimony. So you can that's something you can teach your kids. So you can't teach your contrary to popular belief, you cannot teach your kids something you ain't experienced yourself. You can't do that. So I can actually teach my kids about, hey, don't do this, you'll get locked up for this. And then when you're in locked up, you go through this, this, and this, and this. I can actually tell them all of that. So that's a good thing.
Mhm.
But as far as I'm living right now, I can be a real positive, good role model of all three of my kids, without a doubt.
That's good.
That's
That's
dope.
Hmm.
beautiful. Will you be open about your past to your kids when they get older?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah,
That's
I don't have no qualms, no issues about telling them what I've been through. Period. I want to tell them to just teach them
Mhm.
and to learn from my mistakes. So without a
right.
doubt.
Okay, Dre.
Yeah. I don't want my kids to ever have to go through what I went through. But I do want them to see that uh, challenges are meant to be faced and overcome, and that's it. So if they look at me as a role model, I want them to look at me as um, uh, my dad went through all this so that I don't have to. So
Right.
he raised the bar, and I'm going to take it from there. That's it.
Okay. So if there was one thing that you could improve on with being a father, what would it be? What would you say that you would pick that you could improve on doing
Hmm, that's a good
or
question.
being?
That's a damn good question.
Sure is.
Gotta make y'all think. Look at that. They thinking tonight, y'all.
Hmm. I would say for me, it would be, being just upfront and honest with them about certain things. Because, like I said, I've been struggling with, talking to my daughters about really pretty much anything because I'm a man and they're little girls.
Right.
But I just feel like I just need to stop doing that and just be upfront and open about whatever they ask me. I can tell them straight up what it is. You see what I'm saying? I just struggle. I struggle in that area, just talking to them. So I think I can improve on that.
Mhm. What can I improve on? There's so many, and it's hard to pick just like one thing that I can improve on.
Well, you can give a couple
No,
if you would like.
what's that?
I said you can give a couple if you want.
A couple.
That's fine.
um, I think I can improve on. I mean, I could always spend a little bit more time with my kids. You know, we spend time together, but like even more time and more time doing what they want to do, and not just what I want to do. Um, yeah, like every now and then, like I go upstairs and play video games with Gabriel, and just to create that time where it's just him and I and him playing video games. And here he comes downstairs now. Um, but I'm not into video games anymore, and I used to be. I think I'm not into it anymore because they keep beating me, and I just don't like getting beat in video games. So
Say you never wanna play video games with no kids because they will beat your ass. I'm
That's
telling
what
you.
they
I
do.
used
I
That's
know.
their thing.
I used to
Yeah.
be better than him. I used to. Now,
Yeah,
oh,
used
here he
to.
comes now. Here he comes now. Don't smile.
Trash at every single game.
Tell him to say hey.
Shut up. Go somewhere. He has he's walking around with his shirt off. He can't show you
Oh, he
guys
ain't
on his.
gone. He ain't wearing no clothes. Boy.
Yeah. So yeah, but you know
Okay,
what?
so
Wait,
Jay
hold up. Let's put me on the spot, Gabriel. What's one thing I can improve on as a father? Ooh. And your answer will be dependent on if you play video games later. Like, let me be honest. And if you say the wrong thing, let me just say. No. It's a hard. Oh, so many. This you said there's so many things you're hearing, right?
Oh.
Goodbye. Go upstairs. This kid.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
Oh wait, he said.
What did he say?
He said because I side with the teacher in every situation.
Oh,
Although
that's
he
the
mean-
teacher in him.
yeah,
My reputation does fail me sometimes.
yeah, your reputation is.
Sometimes
He's like, yeah.
very false.
He said sometimes what the teacher says is very false. So I can improve in believing him over the teachers.
No, I'm not saying that.
So, Jay, do you always pick up for the teachers?
Well, I'm a
'Cause you
teacher.
should know
so-
your kids.
Huh? Well, the thing is, I know my kids.
Right. Oh.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
I tried to help. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, balance,
Yeah, that's really it.
neutral. Okay,
Yeah, that's really
maybe I could be more neutral when it comes to his conflicts with the teachers.
With the teacher. Okay. But that's fair. That's a fair ask.
Right, Shanita?
That's a fair ask.
I'm not upping your allowance.
Okay. So Dre already said that he thinks
did you put it
time.
in the-
He's got time issues. Real, do you feel like you spend enough time with your kids?
Do I feel like what?
You spend enough time with your children?
Not my oldest. My other two, most definitely, but my oldest, nah, I don't spend not near enough time with her. But
Okay.
at will, hey, that will change. It's gonna change one way or another.
Right.
So,
It has to,
yeah.
right? It has to
Mhm.
change. You don't want her growing up and for her to be like, well, my dad wasn't in my life as much
Yeah.
as
Yeah, that's one thing I fear. I fear that. Like, I don't want her growing up thinking that because I'm definitely trying. So I don't want her feeling that way at all. That's why I'm constantly trying to be in communication with her. Constantly. So
So do you, because I know you saying that her mother is the one that you two don't get along with, right? You don't get along
Yeah.
with her mother.
mhm.
So
Love you too.
do you have a direct way of contacting your daughter, or do you still have to go through your mother?
I still have to go through the mother. And if she had that's my point. If my daughter does have a cell phone by now, I wouldn't know because I'm not in contact with the mother. So that's the whole issue right there. But it will change eventually. I'm gonna find out one way or another. So yeah.
Yes, and you should.
Mhm.
The apostle said, real talk, all you can do is try your best and do your
Yeah.
best.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So to end on a positive note, because we love to, we love positivity. What is the hope that you both have for your children?
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my hope. I think it's pretty much like the work that I just been trying to do with my life, is to show them that they can reach a certain bar, and if I can reach it, they should be able to reach it and even surpass it. So my hope is that my kids do far greater than what I can ever achieve in life, and I'm going to help set them up for them to do that.
Yeah, I love that.
For me, it's nothing's impossible, and don't let nobody tell you how to think. You teach yourself how to think. Nothing's impossible. You can be whatever. I don't care what it is. You can be whatever you want to be in this world. Just try. If you can think it, you can do it.
Yeah,
Period. Yep.
that's true. That's true. Saber Fifi said, my daughter and I have time issues because she works a lot. Growing up, that's what she saw me doing, working all the time. So now she does the exact same thing.
Mm.
Damn, babe. But she said, but she knows that she has to work hard for what she wants. That's true too. My life is Nia. Say yes, Jay. Yes, Phil.
That's my sister right there. Shout out to Nia. That's my sister.
Everyone's like, great advice. Great advice. Guys. Shanina Marie Random said, Dre, that's awesome. We should have a party date with our kids.
In Jacksonville?
Oh, guys. Oh my gosh. I was so happy and excited to do this because we do a lot of things that are heavily female based, but I also want to do stuff that's based for the males too. And I think it's always good for the women to hear the male perspective on a lot of different things and different issues because they get affected just as much as us women do as well. See, everyone's like, love this topic today. Look at that. Yes. Guys, any other topics you guys can think of that you would like me to cover, please, please, please let me know because, I'm not afraid to have any discussion. I also wanted to say...
we know.
Yeah. We're keeping it candid over here, y'all. We're keeping it candid. I'm talking everything, okay? But I also just...
They don't call her Candy V for nothing.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Miss Purple said, I'm loving the feedback you young men are giving us. Thank you so much.
She called me young. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Guys, but I do, just so you know, with the Breonna Taylor stuff that's all been going on in the news and things like that, we're covering it. It has to be covered. Guys, I don't believe that there's certain conversations that we shouldn't have. I believe we should have every conversation. So
I believe that too.
Next week, Battle of the Sexes, next Sunday, that is the topic that we will be covering.
And that's probably the only time that we're going to team up and be on one accord.
Yes, so. That's true. It's probably the only time we're going to team up.
Yeah.
It's more of an informational thing and for us to have our voices heard, for you guys in the chat to have your voices heard as well, and see if we can get this, spread out and more people to be educated on the problems that are going on here in America as a whole.
Can I say something about that though? And there was a meme going around about the only officer that got charged was an officer who missed.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And it hit me. I was like, yo,
yeah, because if it was a regular person and not police officers, they would have been indicted. That's the part that kills me.
No.
And guys, I work in the legal field, okay? So, ask them. A lot of the times I am not necessarily on the side of, but I do have a love for our law enforcement officers and things like that. I don't believe everybody's bad. I just don't believe it. You cannot try and tell me that because I work with a lot of great people. And I've come across a lot of great people and I have them in my family too. So for me, but still the facts still remain and the facts are still the same. And I don't want to get started because we're going to go into a whole nother conversation tonight talking about that. We're all still very angry and hurt and upset and grieving for the family. But we are definitely going to cover it next Sunday on Battle of the Sexes. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come and be here, Candidly V's channel on Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. because this is something that we need more people to know about and to understand, especially when they come from a different mindset completely. I would also ask that you go and check out, I shared it on my community tab. I Am Content shared a post about this reporter today. I would like for everybody to go and check that out and her spiel on it. It's only 4 minutes. It's not a long video. So please go and check. And we need people like that to be more informed with the situation, because they're the ones that are in front of the camera and are spreading this miscommunication, this misguided communication that shouldn't be spread. But we need your help, guys. We need your help and we need your voices. So I really need you to bring a friend. It's date night on Candalee V's channel next Sunday. So everybody needs to bring one friend at least in the house that you know is going to come. And we will be covering that tomorrow. It is my birthday celebration. I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait to have you guys
tomorrow?
up.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What time?
6 p.m. 6:30. 6:30. Sorry, 6:30.
Right. So I'm going to be on the road driving up to New Hampshire, but I will be watching.
Oh, that's fine.
And listening. But make sure you have your Cash App and all that stuff in the.
Okay, I will put my Cash App on the screen for the B-Day celebration.
You guys better come out your cryptocurrency wallet. And
come out them pockets, shake them pockets.
Come on,
for my girl Candalee V. Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure that I celebrated my birthday virtually with all of you guys, because you guys are true supporters and I appreciate and love every single one of you guys. And I want to celebrate the happy times as well as talking and discussing the difficult situations. So tomorrow's just going to be a celebration. It'll be a short celebration, but it'll be a celebration nonetheless. Please stop by. You can click on the link. You'll get to know me. I am answering all questions, guys. Come with your hard questions if you want.
And not like with a yes or no. Like you're gonna answer it in detail, right?
I will answer everybody's questions in
detail
about Candalee V. Y'all want to know? Tomorrow's the only chance you will get your answers.
All right.
No, are you sure about that, V?
I'm gonna ask a question that's gonna. All right, we'll see.
Welcome, Clark family. I'm about to end the stream, but thank you so much for coming. Fearless Meadows, mwah. Thank you for coming, honey. I appreciate you guys all. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you for keeping the conversation going, giving us your viewpoints and listening to these amazing fathers' stories that they have shared and not being judgmental about anything that they have shared. I really appreciate that more than anything else, guys. And fathers on the screen, I just want to say thank you so much for agreeing to open up your fatherhood stories to me and to the world. I really, really appreciate it. Let it be a lesson to others or inspiration to many others. Oh, you just came from work. Oh, that's okay, honey. It's okay. You can catch the replay. Don't worry about it. It was good. They dished all the important information. Trust me. But everybody, have a great night. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, see you tomorrow, guys.
Later.
Bye.